5 facts about the Octobrush you probably didn't know. Number 5. The Octobrush is actually a 2-hit weapon. Contrary to popular belief, the Octobrush is actually a 2-hit weapon. With correct spacing, it is possible to hit an opponent with the brush and the flick damage at the same time, resulting in enough damage dealt to be able to kill in 2 swings of the brush. Number 4. The flick damage remains consistent. As opposed to other rollers, the Octobrush's damage done by the flick is actually consistent regardless of the distance it travels. Most rollers like the splat roller, krak-on, dynamo, and carbon, the farther the ink travels, be it forward or up or down, the less damage it's going to do. However, the Octobrush's damage remains consistent no matter how far away you are, or if you're above them or below them. Number 3. The Octobrush is the best main weapon for breaking the Rainmaker's shield. Each weapon in Splatoon does a certain amount of damage to the Rainmaker's shield per second. The Octobrush is actually the fastest main weapon for popping the shield. The krak-on roller does 326 damage per second, the dynamo does 223 damage per second, the carbon does 483, and the Octobrush does 558. The ink brush actually does 360, and the fastest thing for popping the Rainmaker's shield is an ink strike at 1500 damage per second. Number 2. The Octobrush kills faster than most rollers. After months of research, we were able to determine how many frames it takes for weapons in Splatoon to kill. Surprisingly, the Octobrush actually beats out a lot of the other rollers in the time to kill. The dynamo takes 38 frames to kill, the krak-on takes 22 frames to kill, the carbon takes 12 frames to kill, and the Octobrush only takes 17. Surprisingly, the ink brush also beats out the krak-on in time to kill in only 20 frames. And finally, number 1. The Octobrush, alongside the ink brush, are the only rollers that haven't been nerfed. Version 2.2.0 is the introduction of the roller nerf, where the sides of the roller can only do 50 damage, while the vast majority of the damage can only be done from the center of the roller. This affected the splat rollers, the carbon rollers, and the dynamos. However, this change did not affect the Octobrush, nor did it affect the ink brush. I want to thank you all for watching today, and I hope you learned something about the Octobrush and how it compares to the other rollers.